What's up guys, and welcome to my tips and tricks videos for Bedwars. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the first tip is getting better at bridging. So some people bridge like this is very slow. So you will just need to hold down A and S, or moving back and moving like side, and it will bridge faster. But I recommend learning how to speed bridge because it's much faster, and you can do it with normal clicking methods. So another speed thing you can use is moonwalking. So you'll just do like this. There are some guys how you can moonwalk. I'm not really good at it, but so for moonwalking I would recommend using track clicking. So next I will talk about clicking methods. So I use generally butterfly clicking. It's clicking with your fingers. Yeah, you can look some tutorials up how to do it. So yeah, there's also track clicking, which you can also look tutorials up, and cheater clicking. I would not recommend cheater clicking because it can make your hand bad or like hurt. So it's not very good. So yeah, I would recommend track clicking if you want to moonwalk or just get many TPS views. Track clicking you can get with like even butterfly clicking, you can get like almost 20 clicks CPS. So and they are Hypixel. If you're like 20 or above clicks per second, it doesn't allow. But if you're using the right click, that is the click to bridge with, there is no limit because they can't actually count that. Yeah. So the next thing I will talk about is rushing. So as you see before, I use TNT to rush. It's really useful, or you can use fireballs if they're bull defense. But one thing to keep in mind if you're rushing with TNT, if they have endstone, if you have like 2-layer endstone, the TNT does like nothing against that. So yeah, really hard to rush. So another thing is they can have class which in squads got triples, and triples they usually have class. That's very annoying. Yeah, make it, yes I did, like, see. Another useful thing is like using like TNT or fireballs to jump. How did he teleport back? Wait, is he cheating? Or is it was flash shot probably. So as you saw how I rushed him using fireballs. Using fireball jumping, and yeah, it's really useful. If you want to practice that in Bedwars practice mode, there is. So rushing also, if you have like emeralds, you should probably invis rush, because invis rushing is really good. And yeah, if enemies have obsidian, it's really good to rush with haste, steel and diamond pickaxe because you break it quite easily, and also use invis. So another useful thing is for rushing is milk. So milk for gold, but it makes that for 30 seconds traps don't activate. So if you're rushing someone with like invis and they have like alarm trap, your invis would go off, but if you drank milk before 30 seconds before, it would not go off. Or if you are trying to break into someone's bed and they're at their base and you drink it, they will not get to know that you're in their base if you're invising. So that's really useful. So now, as you can see, my bed was broken, and now you can just get like it's clutching. So yeah, if you're trying to clutch, you should probably get stacked. And if someone rushes you, you should probably always pre-cap if you have enough couples, because the extra hearts can be very helpful. Okay, that would sound like extra damage, and now he's dead. And also if they're so deep in general, so always try to sometimes block it if you're like not certain that you can easily win them, or try to keep them at height, because if they are higher than you, it's much easier for you to hit them. And as you can see what I did there, you fireball them. If fireball hits them up, it's really easy to kill. And if you want to knock someone off, a really good thing is to W tap. It's basically just let go of the W for a second, press it again, because then you'll do more knockback, which can be really useful if you're trying to hit someone off. So another thing is, if you have emeralds, I would not recommend for going or even generally going very early to diamond armor, because diamond armor is not that good. And another thing is, try to not to fight on bridge if your bed is broken, because otherwise if their bed is unbroken, they will just jump into the void like that you also die. I think you should have is like a hotbar keys to your main, like blocks and sword. I sometimes scroll, but then you should really not, because if you are trying to block clutch or anything, it's much easier to do if you like hotbar keys. I only have a hotbar keys for two things, like if I press F, it goes to sword, and R to blocks. And so another thing can be hotbar mansion. So if I apply, there's like iron there, and if I buy blocks, the blocks automatically go there because of hotbar mansion. That works with everything. I mean with sword. Sometimes it doesn't work if you respawn, but it's generally just really useful. Another thing I would recommend is using PvP texture packs, because PvP texture packs make swords like much smaller, because without that texture pack the sword would be so big. So I am using a TS2K pack. I like about it, like if I try to break it, there will be like this progress bar. It's much more, okay, it fell down. It's much more better than, let's say, like if you're like the normal breaking animations. I like this much more. How to get to the practice map? So if you spawn here, you'll just walk here, practice. And now for like fireball TNT jumping, you will just go here and just practice. Tell you how far. So why is the like TNT usually I can show? So otherwise you, let's say the TNT there, there's like no bridge there, you will just jump, you will not make that, and someone is following, you don't have time to bridge, so you'll just fireball jump. You can take some fall damage, but if you have couples, you can survive that. So so I recommend using like a PvP client, so I'm using Badlion. So again, you can just put a TNT jump, TNT time mode, so it's much easier to TNT jump as time is shown there, otherwise you would just, and yeah, I failed there, but still like glider clutch, because I would recommend actually a little bit learning how to ladder clutch, because if you're thrown off like from high ground, it's much easier to it will take like less fall damage if you can ladder clutch. And like that, yeah. There are basically two known PvP clients, Badlion and Lunar. So Badlion I'm using like perspective mode. If you like use I'm using perspective mode. So yeah, 360 perspective. So if for me it's like caps lock. If I hold it down, I can move like this, which is really useful. Otherwise I would have to press the F5. Yeah, it's really useful, and if you let it go, it will go back to normal. Or as you can see on the top left, there's like it shows the speed, which can be really useful if you want to know when like blindness or from the trap comes off, or the mining fatigue comes off. And yeah, and also I have like on the middle left, you can see like what I'm holding in all hotbar, but that's not the main thing. I can just see what armor I have, that can be useful. Or if you're playing like Sky, like survival or anything like that, you can see when it's going to break. Yeah, also like auto GG, which can be really good, and full bright, because otherwise it can be some places can be a little bit dark and it's harder to see, but yeah, full bright is really good. Or like clear water, because if you want to look through water, it's much easier. Or clear glass. Clear glass can be kinda bad if your maps where you can stand on glass, because it looks like you're standing on nothing. So on like a Badlion, or if you generally use Optifine, it's like zoom, it can be good lobby, and you wanna really win, you're bad, and you see like level 100 youths, you should probably leave then, because it can be activated if you search level head mod. You can say like level karma, how much karma they have, what color this is, and yeah, really useful. That was it for this tips and tricks. I might do it for like Skywars or Bedwars more, and hope you liked the video. If you want for me to do anything else, just comment it down below. So subscribe and like and comment, and bye.